Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
Here to help me? Thanks, but I'll be traveling You're really going to go through with it? I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like, if it's within my power to help you. It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my... And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe. Of course. Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. A damn big... The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance. We need to evacuate. Ferda, gather. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover... Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, check the children stay with me for now. I need you to find Tell them to prepare for a full... Understood. I'll do what I can to convince everyone else.
What's an Akashic?
You have to listen to me.
Told me.
Coming. You need to evacuate. Know your place.
Why do they always have to make such a...
What do you want?
To pass on an important... There's been an ether flood. Out at the camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been... They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing...
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the squares. You may believe his lies, my lord.
But why would he lie about something like...
Some twisted attempt at revenge. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been...
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your Lubor cannot be trusted, and need...
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your... If there is any chance...
There isn't. Now be off with...
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
You lied about being one of us, and you're lying now.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Anything I can interest you in? Thank you for your custom.
Lord Ferda.
Sid.
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be true.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for some... But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you, you only have to...
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking...
Victor?
I couldn't abandon a friend, and Lubor is in need at this very moment.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Just go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on then.
Go on!
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
Go!
Come on! Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. and the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
We can't leave a single one alive.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others...
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayor... How fickle... Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find here.
Lubor, about the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children.
Can't have all your hard work.
was right. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. No holding back. Nice try. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide? It looks like we found him. Farewell. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. Ready, go? Faster! Shall do, girl.
Welcome, welcome. Got anything else for me? Ah, not bad. It's a deal. Take care.
I feel like I've fleshed 100 skins.
Your Grace, my lord.
Cyril.
You found... Yes. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before...
The day before we left for Fin.
What are these plans? His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the complete emancipation of bearers. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building with the blight spreading ever. He wished to seem small one day, but he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your but one.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is after all.
And where is this one?
She awaits you.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Mark.
What is it, sir?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across. He sent an...
Was he...
No, an 8-bike and so full... though, yeah, for...
But I...
if you go...
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
My lord. I am Goddessa, retainer.
Lift up your head, you have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty.
My lady. But what exactly is the...
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, alas, he had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each arm, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring. It was your father, but with his great. You are great, and while I know that.
Thank you. What say you? What else? Of course.
Oh, I am.
Do you know where we might...
I do. It is found, and we do at least.
A certain...
You are, in fact, were you?
What say you? What else? Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rossfield. this one. Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Thank the Griffin.
And the heart.
Yes. This radiant. Thank you, your father.
Lady Goddard.
Thank you, sir. If you would excuse me. The armbands are prey. Take them. Heartstone. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies, enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. His Grace knew but this was more than just, it was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast
Forgive me, there is something I don't quite... The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed even if the armbands were incomplete, she would so... How are you?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke of the deep love he had for both. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewellery be sent away from the castle. I tried to warn your father. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew...
And thank the
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my...
As do I.
Thank you, my... for coming back.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive.
It is. And we think...
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial, but let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision...
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would prefer...
Thank you, sir. Come on, Clive.
What are you looking for?
Many thanks. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Do you see that too?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
It's all right.
Good girl.
Yeah!
All right. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him. Help me, boy.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom...
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of... All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps?
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need...
Is that so? And would...
Of a different...
I suppose...
I shall.
Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor.
And I will see that my associate...
Very good.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin. Let's go. Run like the wind. I can walk from here. That'll do, girl. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.